Mars needs a new kind of economy in order for humans to thrive. We've designed a system built on Martia, the currency of Mars. It connects land, labor, and resources in a super efficient ecosystem that mirrors its real-world counterparts. Here's how to create and stake liquidity tokens. Okay, so once you're logged in, go to your profile and then the account tab and click the Manage Liquidity modal. This will bring up the wallets that you have connected. I'm going to use the Binance wallet to add liquidity. And for those of you who aren't familiar with liquidity, it's basically taking two tokens. One in this case is BNB, the other is Martia. You're combining them and getting a new token back, and that token is called a liquidity token. And it basically represents the amount of Martia and BNB that you added to the pool. What's really cool about our interface is that it shows you the rate, the amount of BNB in the pool, the amount of Martia in the pool, and how much of that liquidity token you'll receive. So I'm going to start by just selecting an amount of BNB to add. That's too much because I don't have that in my wallet. So I'm going to go here and then add liquidity. This is going to bring up the MetaMask transaction notification. I'm going to select the spending cap. You can add max, you can do whatever you want here. I have to pay a small BNB gas fee, and then it's going to take a couple seconds to load, and then it should pop up another transaction. And this transaction is the one that actually adds liquidity. So I'm going to press confirm here. And my transaction has been confirmed. So my liquidity has been added, and I'm going to reload the page. And you'll see that my BNB Martia balance has gone up. So the next step is to stake this liquidity in the Colonize Mars staking system. Okay, let's stake some liquidity. So go over to the staking tab in your profile, and you can see on the left that your wallets that you've already connected to the account are here. I just added liquidity to the Binance network, so I'm gonna basically commit that liquidity to the system. And this system is all about earning Martia. So to earn the maximum amount, you press add more, and then basically fill up the commitment amount to your wallet balance of liquidity tokens. So since I just added some liquidity tokens, I'm going to commit those and press confirm. And it successfully committed those. And what's really cool about this system is that it never transfers liquidity tokens to us. It keeps those in your wallet. We just simply read the wallet balance of your liquidity tokens, so they stay safe and secure with you. And once you press confirm, it basically successfully increases your commitment amount, and everything's good to go. So now you're earning Martia daily from our staking system. And keep it in here because this multiplier will go up every day that you keep that commitment active, all the way up to 200 times, which is going to maximize your Martia earnings. So enjoy the system and good luck. Colonize Mars is the only simulation game where your actions can help humanity become multiplanetary. As a member of Mission Control, it's your job to test cutting-edge technology, build a thriving colony, and also grow the Mars economy. Every move you make in the game helps inform real-world research and development to get us mission ready for Mars. Create your profile and start building your Mars legacy. Here's how. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is go to colonizemars.com, and there's a play button in the top right, and I'm gonna press that. And this will bring you to the Mission Control page. So I'm gonna start by pressing the button of login and sign up. And since I'm creating a new account today, I'm gonna press sign up. All right, so the first thing you need to do is select the username. And this is the display name that will identify you as a member of the Colonize Mars Mission Control. So make it fun, make it something interesting. We're early, so you have plenty of options to choose from. And this can be up to 12 characters, and it can be letters or numbers. So we're gonna just do something very simple, which is Team Mars 123. And I'm gonna use one of our emails. Choose a stronger password than what I'm doing, but you get the idea. So the next thing you'll do is connect a wallet. Okay, so on the Wax blockchain, there's two main options for connecting a wallet. There's the Wax Cloud wallet, which is a custodial wallet, meaning that you do not own your keys for your wallet, but it's very simple to sign up for. All you need is an email address and a password. And then there's Anchor, which is a downloadable desktop wallet app. And this allows you to own your keys for your wallet and also customize the wallet address. So more advanced users can use Anchor. It takes a little bit more to set up, but Wax Cloud Wallet's a lot easier. So we're gonna go through this. And the first thing that you need to do is log in. And since we haven't created a wallet yet, I'm gonna quickly go through how to do that. So I'm gonna click sign up for account, and then I'll put in the same email that I used for the Colonize Mars account. And press sign up. And you need to now check your email to proceed. So I'm gonna go over and do that. So I just got the email. I'm gonna click activate account. And now my email was verified, so I'm gonna log in using this email. I need to accept the terms. All right, so now I'm in the Cloud Wallet interface, and there's one final step to creating the Wax wallet. And so I'm gonna click create now. And what you have to do is send 5 WaxP token to this new wallet address. So there's a few ways to do this. If you pay with MoonPay or pay with Coinbase, it will take you to a website where you can put in a credit card or debit card and purchase the wax you need using that, and that will fund the wallet. So it's essentially activating the wallet. The other way to do it is if you have a friend with a Wax wallet or you have another Wax wallet, you can use this information here to send that 5 WaxP. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to make it simple for you guys, and then we'll go back to the game. Okay, so I just sent 5 WaxP to this wallet address, and I'm gonna reload the page, and you can see that now I have a connected wallet, which is great. And if I go up to the top here, you can see that it basically gives you a wallet address. This wallet address is what you can use to send NFTs. It's what you can use to basically interact on the Wax blockchain, and it's also what will connect to the game. So now I'm gonna jump back over to the game interface and press continue. And now I have a login for this Wax wallet. So I'm gonna use my same email and password. I'm gonna press login. And this is my first transaction request on the blockchain. So I'm gonna press approve here. I need to press continue one more time, and it will come up with this transaction request. So I'm gonna approve that. And now it should go through. So we have one more email to verify. This is for the account for the game. So I'm gonna go back over to my email. Okay, so I just got the email. It has my new username for the game, and I'm gonna press verify email. And then I'm gonna press continue here. And that's gonna bring me back to the login page. So I'm gonna now log in to the game using my details. And now I need to connect that Wax wallet that I just created. So I'm gonna press connect wallet, Wax Cloud wallet, and it should automatically identify the wallet address that I just made. So I'm gonna approve that. And then I will agree to the terms of service and privacy policy and confirm them over the age of 18. Press continue. And we're almost there, we're almost in. So the next thing I need to do is select a specialty. Specialties are basically progression systems for specific types of skills in the Mars colony. So I'm gonna click Technician. It's the easiest one to start with. And press continue. Okay, so now that we're successfully in the game, we're going to talk about how to connect NFTs to our account and use those NFTs to produce resources. In Colonize Mars, NFTs represent equipment, vehicles, buildings, and astronauts needed to run a thriving colony. Their value changes based on the realities of Mars, from environmental hazards to technological upgrades. Players that stay vigilant and deepen their knowledge of Mars are set up for success. Here's how to buy Colonize Mars NFTs and start playing. NFTs are how players support the colony. If you don't have any NFTs yet, make sure to watch the Buy Colonize Mars NFTs video to get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is log into the game. I'm on the collection view just to see a few of the NFTs I have. So I have a 3D printing robot, I have a battery array card, and a couple others. So I'm going to go up here and click on resources. And then I'm going to go to colony items. And I haven't made any selections yet. So an NFT that can support the colony will have a button that says make a selection. Click on that, and it's going to pull up a list of all items of that type in the simulation. So in this case, there are 8 3D printing robots that are on the surface of Mars. So now it's my goal to choose one from the list. And really, this is part of the fun because each of these NFTs are owned by another player. And so you're voting on which NFT or which 3D printing robot is the most reliable. And the owner of that 3D printing robot will benefit from you because you're using the robot and regular use is good for equipment. And then they are also getting the benefit because you're paying them a fee. Now, looking at these robots in this list, the fees are pretty low. So I have a bunch of 1% fees, which means that it's essentially a 1% tax of Martia for using the item. And then this one's a little bit higher, 10%, 5% is pretty decent. And then there's also the health. And so there's some strategy to think about here. And it's really trying to choose a low fee, something that is consistently a high health. And the way that things stay high health is with high resistance. So with this 3D printing robot, the max resistance I can go up to is 85% for any item. So this one, for instance, is really good because it's pretty much the same resistance as the highest resistance, which means that it's going to get less damaged by hazards. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one. And don't worry about choosing the wrong owner because you can always change the selection. It's something that you can do for free at any time. So definitely just get started with it, and then you can always go back and make different selections. And we actually encourage people to go every day and look at if there's better owners to select. The one that I chose here has a nice low fee, has a very high resistance, and so that's the winning combination for me. And so now I'm going to go back to the colony items list. I'm going to make selections for the other items, so I'll do that now. For the crew rocket ship, all of them are at 20% fee. I'm going to wait for the health and resistance to load in. So I'm going to look at supporting crew rocket ship 2 because the resistance is the highest and all of these fees are the same. So that one makes sense. So I'm going to select that one. And that's it. So now I'm fully supported. I'll go to the resource chain now and reload the page. Now that I've selected owners for each of my items, I can start producing resources with them. And if I want to go back to that owners list, I can click the left icon on the resource chain page at any time and access those. The things that will change frequently are ownership fees. So these can change as much as the owners want. they have a 24-hour countdown before the fee changes, and you'll see that notified in here. The resistance values are tied to the popularity of the item. So if an item is over-supported or overused, the resistance will drop, as well if it's underused. So you want to find one that has a good equilibrium, like this one. And also the health will change for items regularly, and the health is something that will change if an item is affected by a hazard. So maybe the 3D printing robot has a mechanical failure, and in that case it would be damaged by the mechanical failure, and the health would drop for certain items, especially the items that have low resistance. So yeah, that's it. You're in control. You cannot make a costly mistake here. So there's no cost of changing NFT support. So come back and change your selections and keep up to date with your strategy. Start building your legacy in a new Mars economy with Martia, the currency of Mars. It connects digital land, resources, and labor in a super efficient ecosystem that represents its real-world counterparts. Here's how to buy Martia with Wax. You'll need Martia to buy NFTs, and in this example, we're going to use Wax to buy Martia. So all you do is log into the game, and then navigate to your profile by clicking the icon up here, and then you'll be on the account tab, and we're going to click the swap tokens button. It will automatically load your Wax wallet in that you've connected to your account. And so all you're going to do is put in the amount of Wax that you want to buy Martia with. And this is a test network, so the numbers aren't going to be completely accurate, but it works the same way. And then I'm going to press swap tokens, and I'm using Anchor to sign transactions. So if you have a Wax Cloud wallet, it'll pop up the Wax Cloud wallet window. I'm going to just sign this transaction. And success, the transaction has been signed. So now I'm going to exit out of this modal. I'll reload the page. And now my Martia total has increased. So you'll see this number goes up, and you've successfully bought Martia. So you're now ready to buy Colonize Mars NFTs in the Colonize Mars store. So make sure to watch the Buying Colonize Mars NFT video to learn more how to do that. And soon we're going to be adding more swaps to Martia, so stay alert and basically stay ahead of the economy. Colonize Mars is dedicated to building the most realistic Mars economy. And in order to do that, we want to make sure that players can buy and sell NFTs that really suits their strategy. So let's figure out how. So there are many places to buy Colonize Mars NFTs. The first one that we recommend is the in-game store, where you can buy bundles of NFTs. The second one is the Atomic Hub Marketplace, which is a secondary marketplace where you can buy NFTs from other players. We're gonna go through both, but let's start with the in-game store. So I'm logged into the game, I'm on my mission control page, and I'm gonna start by going to this top navigation and clicking store. And the first thing that you can see is it loads in my wallet balances for Martia and Wax token, which are both things that I can use to buy NFTs. And then it shows some of the artwork for the NFTs that are available to purchase. A lot of these have to do with repair and medicine right now, but in the future, we're gonna have the ability for you to buy any NFT in our collection, and dynamic pricing will determine sort of supply and demand of each type of NFT, which is super cool. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna buy one of these bundles. So I'm gonna press buy now and unbox. And of course you can see that there's a Martia discount if you buy with Martia. And then if you buy one of the bundles, you also get a discount on top of that. So it definitely is a good choice. So I'm gonna press purchase here, and it loads a blockchain transaction window. I'm gonna approve that. Wait a couple seconds, and let's see it unbox. There it is. All right, what did we get? Let's see. one more blockchain transaction, and here we go. So here's my NFTs. Ooh, I got a stainless steel. Yes. Oh, a gold. All right. That was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So now I'm gonna press continue, and it shows me a receipt of my purchase and all the different cards that I got. So as you can see, I got some awesome gold cards. I got a couple stainless steels, and I'm gonna just return to the store. I can do this as many times as I want. The NFTs automatically got activated into my wallet, so I can basically use them to start playing the game. And that's all you have to do for the store. So I hear what you're saying. Hunter, I wanna buy a specific NFT. Of course you do. So we're gonna go over to Atomic Hub, and we're going to get a specific NFT and do that on the secondary marketplace. So here's what Atomic Hub looks like, and shout out to the awesome team over there. Joan and Fabian are great, and they have done some awesome things for the community. So this is really where you can buy any NFT and buy it from other players. So we're gonna click Marketplace, and then we're gonna scroll down to the Colonize Mars collection here. And that allows us to filter by just the NFTs for the Colonize Mars collection. And I wanna buy a solar panel array. So I'm gonna scroll all the way down. These filters are really helpful. They give you exactly what you need to buy anything you want. I'm gonna find solar panel array, and let's buy a gold solar panel array today. So I'm gonna go to the gold rarity, and here you go. So you have all of the listed solar panel arrays in the marketplace. I like to filter by the price of lowest, and then I also like to look at, okay, what are the lowest mint numbers I can buy here? So this one's pretty low. So I'm gonna get this one here. And all you do is press buy now. You can fill in whatever you want here. You can offset CO2. Now I'm just gonna press buy. It's gonna create the transaction, and it successfully went through. So this was mint number 1514. I'm gonna go back to the interface. I'm gonna go to my profile, my collection, and then I'm gonna type in solar panel array. And you can see that I just, the game synchronized the purchase that I just made, and you can see that 1514 is now in my collection. So this is ready to use in the game, and it's really that simple. Most items on Mars will need to be utilized by multiple astronauts. So we've designed a system called Collection Strength that enables items to be shared. Collection Strength is the resource production power associated with each NFT card rarity, and directly correlates to how many resources you can produce and how much responsibility you have over each item type. Collection Strength allows anyone to participate in the Mars economy based on their individual NFT collection. So let's go into the game and see how Collection Strength is utilized. The profile gives you a few tools to examine your collection strength. Under your account page, you can see total collection strength broken down by rarity. So in this case, my collection strength is 4,345.5, and it's broken down by each of these rarity cards. So let's go through those quickly. Standard cards have a collection strength of 1, Shadow have 6.5, Stainless Steel have 34, Gold have 144, Dark Matter have 465, Solar Flare have 5,000, and ownership or sponsorship cards have 75,000. You can also head over to the collection tab, and this allows you to examine the artwork associated with each rarity. So down here you can see I have a Dark Matter card, I'm missing any gold cards, I have 3 Stainless Steel cards, and 3 Shadow cards. So if I wanted to check out any of these artwork for the card, I can see that here, and I think it's a great way to just kind of, check out the different details of each item. So it's a great place to go. Now let's head over to the resource chain and see how we can utilize collection strength there. So the resource chain breaks down the page by item type, and the first column that's green and red is my collection strength. The green is the active collection strength that is actively producing resources. The red number is any cards that I have that have been damaged by hazards. And then this larger number is the total active collection strength across the entire player base. So if I divide my active collection strength by the total active collection strength, I'll get the exact percentage of resources that my item will produce. So typically, a smaller total collection strength means that I'm producing a larger amount of the available resources. And you can go through this, basically play how you want, but consider balancing collection strength between each item type to get a real feel for resource production, and then slowly start adding collection strength by buying cards that fit your strategy. And be careful not to outpace one particular area, or you might not be able to meet input requirements of another area. And make sure to watch our video on the resource chain to learn how to do this. Thanks. Okay, let's talk resource chain. So one of the coolest things is that humans can thrive on Mars by creating and importing the right technology to utilize the resources that can come from the surface of Mars and also the atmosphere. And so the Colonize Mars simulation game provides access to those raw materials through buildings and vehicles and equipment and labor. And the economy, though, it costs certain amounts to go from those raw materials to usable resources. But any smart player knows that it's all about lowering those costs and maximizing that yield. So if you master the resource chain, you're going to be able to expand your NFT collection as quickly as possible and maximize your Martia earnings. So let's jump over to the screen and show you exactly how to do that. So once you log in, you'll be on the mission control page, and I'm gonna focus on the resource chain and how to optimize it. So this is the resource chain module, and you can go into the resource chain page by clicking this button here. So this is the resource chain page, and there's two main sections here. The top one is a chart, which shows you your production for the hour. So the resource chain runs every single hour, and it will update these values based on the last hour's run. And so here you can see I'm doing net positive resources. If I had any net negative resources, they would be over here. It's totally possible, though, to get net positive in your whole resource chain, which is awesome. And I'm definitely going to show you a couple tricks now. The other thing that's really cool about the resource chain is that you can turn on in-game balances, which means that if you're stockpiling resources, you'll see those balances right here. And then as you flow through the resource chain, you'll see how much your balances are increasing or decreasing. And if you're running low on anything, things will start to get a lot lower. Luckily, there's some pretty high surpluses I have, but data here is 55,000. The social labor is getting a little bit down there, but that's another really good technique, which I can show you guys how to also tweak. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to editor mode, click that on, and editor mode allows me to fine-tune the percentage of Martia production versus resource production for each item. And the reason I would want to do this is if I start going more towards Martia production, and think of Martia production as, for these items, I'm directly exchanging my power for Martia. And so I'm not getting that power counted in my resource chain, but I'm getting more Martia out of my resource chain, which is if you want to really expand your collection and maximize your Martia earnings, this is really what you'd want to do. But the issue with this is that, as you can see, because I went 100% Martia for my 2 power producing items, I'm now producing a negative power in my resource chain. So that's not good, because over time, my power is going to start going down, and I might actually run out of power, which will shut off a lot of my items, pretty much everything in the resource chain. So I'm going to make sure to keep my percentage a little bit higher so that I'm producing at least a bit of power from these items. And as a new player, I would recommend you go a little bit higher with your resource percentages so that you have some buffer to make sure that you are net positive in your resource chain. And what's happening here is these infinite balances, it's almost like a simulation mode. So when I see 109 power, that means that for this hour, I've produced a net positive of 109.6 power. And if I flip on my in-game balance, which I can only do after I save my changes, so I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. So now that those changes are saved, I'll click on my in-game balance, and you can see it's just a little bit harder to see that my power has increased because I have a larger surplus of it. So this simulation mode just helps me understand the net positive and net negative resource production per hour. So that's a tool you can use to fine-tune things as well. And then here, if I want to filter by a particular item type, so for instance, if I only want to see the items on Mars that I'm supporting that are either producing or consuming fuel, I just click the fuel and I can see that my fuel plant 3 is producing 10.8 fuel. If I wanted to see water production, now I'm looking at my ice mining rig, and that's a very useful tool for if your resource chain is really long and you need to look at a specific resource and figure out how to make it net positive or where things are breaking down. So hopefully that gives you a few more tools and techniques to explore this view and really utilize it to maximize your net positive resource production. Resources are the foundation of the Mars economy. And just like on Earth, the price of resources will change based on the response to natural conditions, things like weather events or even the introduction of new technology. So to keep pace with those new developments, you'll want to buy and sell Colonize Mars resources. You can transfer them in and out of the game and onto the open market. So here's how to do it. Start by logging into the game and then navigate to your profile by clicking this button up here. I'm gonna get the resources out of the game, so I'm gonna start by pressing transfer tokens, and then I'm gonna select medicine. Make sure that your transfer from is in-game balance here, and then the transfer to should be the Wax wallet that you've connected to your account. And then the next thing you'll do is input the amount, so I will input 200, and it shows you right here how many medicine tokens will be going out of your in-game balance and how many will be going into your blockchain wallet. So then I will press the transfer button and I get this success message saying that the tokens have been claimed successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and reload the page. And now when I look at my medicine balance, you can see that my Wax blockchain wallet has increased and my in-game balance has decreased. So I've just successfully transferred from in-game to the blockchain. A strategic decision in Colonize Mars is to buy up stockpiles of resources that you don't produce utilizing decentralized exchanges and then importing those resources into the game. This works well if you're a Mars trader or if you're focused on producing more complex resource types like labor or fuel or construction materials. For instance, I might want to stock up on well-being to make sure that my astronauts stay happy and healthy so that I can produce as much labor as possible. So let's go through how to transfer resources from the blockchain into the game. The first thing that you're gonna do is make sure that you're logged into the game. I'm in my account, which I do by clicking the profile icon, and then make sure that the resources you want to import are in your Wax wallet. I'm gonna import the well-being token. So my Wax wallet has 588. I'm going to import about 500, I think. So I'm going to press the transfer tokens button here, and that will pull up this modal. And the first thing I'll do is select well-being, and then I need to select where I want to transfer from. So I'm going to transfer from my Wax wallet into the game. I'm going to select the amount that I want to transfer, which is 500. And then this summary here gives me everything I need to know about how much it costs and where the tokens are going. So you can see my Wax wallet is going to be losing 500. My in-game balance is going to be gaining 500. So I'm going to press transfer. It will pull up a blockchain transaction. I'm going to sign that. And now the transaction's been confirmed, and it does take some time for the transfer to complete. So I'm going to wait here for a bit. You can actually check the pending transfers here, and you can see that from Wax to Colonize Mars, there's 500 well-being tokens and it's pending. So once this is done, we'll go ahead and wrap up. The pending transfer just went through, so I'm going to go ahead and reload the page. I'm going to scroll down to my well-being and click that. And you can see that the Wax wallet balance has decreased and my in-game balance has increased. Being a producer or a trader is a decision that many players will make, and we can't wait to see how your choices help influence the Colonize Mars economy. This game is really about, utilizing the entire Mars ecosystem. So good luck. Every great role-playing game allows you to choose an area of expertise. At Colonize Mars, we call them specialties. Specialties represent the key roles needed to build a thriving civilization on Mars, and we've developed ours in collaboration with aerospace experts and scientific advisors. The initial 7 specialties are absolutely essential in order to take Mars from a colony to, well, you'll find out soon. So log into Colonize Mars, and we'll start with the mission control page. The first thing you want to do is find the change specialty button, and this will bring up a list of each of the specialties that are in the game. And you can choose one here. I'm going to go ahead and choose the builder. And the strategic production is the resource or resources you'll need to produce in order to rank up the specialty. The required consumption are the resources you'll need to consume in order to produce that strategic resource. The difficulty level assesses at a glance how easy or difficult it is to manage the specialty. If you're brand new to Colonize Mars, we definitely recommend the easier ones. If you're a devoted gamer and you're always, starting with the wizard or the hard mode on games, then be my guest, go for the experts, and have fun there. The suggested item types are vehicles, equipment, buildings, and astronauts that you need to rank up the specialty. So we've made it easy for you guys to see that there. And then the progression levels are the requirements that are needed to rank up to certain levels. So in this case, I'm almost at level 5. I need a little bit more time to have an efficiency greater than 75%. One pro tip is to have your resource chain up as you're selecting a specialty, because you can see which resources you're producing the most of, and then select the specialty that caters to that. In this case, I'm producing the most in construction, so the builder makes a lot of sense. Now, all there is to do is start producing resources. Another pro tip is to watch out for hazards. Weather is always occurring, atrophy will affect your buildings, astronauts get sick, and strategic resource production efficiency will go down. You have to keep efficiency high in order to rank up to the higher levels of a specialty. If you look at level 12, for instance, it says maintain 90% or greater construction efficiency for 78 days. So right now, luckily I'm at 100%, but if this were to go below 90, I wouldn't be able to rank up to that level. So make sure to watch out for hazards and keep your items as healthy as possible. Make sure to choose one that suits you, and good luck. One of our biggest goals at Colonize Mars is to create the most accurate simulation game possible. We believe that this will enable players to create innovative strategies that can help us not just survive on Mars, but to really thrive on Mars. And some of the innovation will really come through when players need to decide how to address naturally occurring challenges, we call those hazards. Hazards are things that happen with weather or the atmosphere that can take a toll on equipment or cause vehicles to malfunction or even astronauts to get sick. And the key idea with hazards is that they disrupt the flow of resources. So let's jump into the game. Let's figure out how to repair things, how to reactivate things, and ultimately making sure that everything's operating at peak efficiency. When a hazard hits the colony and affects one of the items you support, you won't be producing resources from that item at full efficiency. So in this case, I have a fission reactor and 4 collection strength has been damaged. This means that my fission reactor is probably operating around an 80% efficiency when producing power in Martia, and so I want to get that back up to 100%. The way I do that is this icon down here, which is glowing red. It's showing me what items are damaged in my resource chain. So fission reactor 1, I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and it brings up this modal, and the modal shows me everything about what's gone wrong. So the first thing I can see is that the fission reactor has been hit by a dust storm, and since I am not the owner of the fission reactor, I can't repair the health of this item, but I can reactivate the base cards that I have which are supporting fission reactor 1. And so I have 4 collection strength that I can repair, and it costs about 0.1 repair token. My balance is 603 in my in-game balance, so I have enough to cover it. So I'll go ahead and click this button, and you can see that it successfully reactivated those base cards. So now when I click out of that screen, you can see that now my collection strength is 23.5, which is great because now I'm operating at peak efficiency. And so you can go ahead and do this with all the items that are damaged and you'll be good to go. Hey crew, it's Hunter, founder of Colonize Mars. As you know, we're on a mission to help humanity become multiplanetary, which is why we've created the only simulation game where your actions can help humans thrive on Mars. So the next step in our journey is something called Non-Custodial Liquidity. And the short version is that Colonize Mars lets you keep your Martia in your wallet and still participate in staking rewards. So in this video, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how that works, but before we get into it, just know that this is not financial advice. It's purely for educational purposes, so make sure to do your own research. All right, so what's non-custodial liquidity? At Colonize Mars, we want players to have custody of their Martia tokens, not us. And this is actually opposite of most blockchain games. So how does it work? How does non-custodial liquidity work? So you keep your Martia tokens in your wallet, and then we simply read the balance of that wallet, and then you can participate in liquidity rewards as well as gameplay and other things. So this is a really powerful feature because it keeps the power of those blockchain tokens and those blockchain assets in your possession, and that makes it as safe as possible for you and as flexible as possible for us. So let me talk a little bit about how it works by going through a quick demo. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is log into the game. And once you're in the game, you wanna navigate to Profile, which is at the top right. And then we're talking about the fact that you can keep your Martia token and your liquidity tokens in your wallet and still participate in rewards. So when I look at the liquidity token, which is called BNB Martia, you can see that I have some liquidity token in this MetaMask wallet, which is pointing to the Binance Smart Chain network. So I'm gonna go over to staking, and what's really cool about this system is that it already shows me which wallets are connected, and I am simply going to commit that I'm gonna keep that liquidity token in my MetaMask wallet, but I don't have to send that token anywhere. So I'm gonna add some more liquidity here. Press confirm. And now I've fully committed the entire balance of my liquidity token in the staking system. But as you notice, I didn't actually sign any blockchain transactions, and my liquidity token is still in my MetaMask wallet. So I'm now getting Martia rewards every day, but I'm keeping my liquidity token in my wallet. And so that's really the powerful part of the system, where instead of us taking your token and locking it away and then giving it back to you after a certain period of time, we are just reading the liquidity token balance from your wallet, and you're still getting rewards. So that's the system. And as you can see, I have both wallets connected here. So I can do this for any wallet I connect. And that's how we participate in staking rewards.